Hi guys, good day. It's me, Teacher MJ. Our topic for today class, it's all about classification of quadrilaterals. So without further ado, let's do this topic. So later on class, we'll be answering this type of question. For number 1, what type of quadrilateral is this illustration? So you have two given parallel sides. Is it A, trapezoid, B, isosceles trapezoid, C, kite, or D, quadrilateral? And for number 2, you have given markings, 4 sides are equal. So is it A, quadrilateral, B, rhombus, C, trapezoid, or D, kite? So we will be answering that one class step by step later on. So before we go to the types of quadrilateral, we need to understand more what is quadrilateral. Alright, so let's start with quadrilateral. A quadrilateral is a 4-sided polygon. So 4-sided polygon. It has 4 sides. So this is an example of quadrilateral. Illustration for quadrilateral class, 4-sided polygon. We have 4 sides. We have AB, line BC, line CD, and line DA. Now, a quadrilateral are named using consecutive vertices. So we will explain that later on. Now, the symbol, this one class, it's like a small square, is used to denote a quadrilateral. So when you name the quadrilateral class, instead of writing the word quadrilateral itself, example class, you name this one, quadrilateral, okay, quadrilateral A, B, C, D. So instead of writing the word quadrilateral itself, you can just name this one class using the symbol. So this one, the symbol. So you can write that one, that symbol is just the same with quadrilateral. Then you name this one A, B, C, D. So quadrilateral A, B, C, D. Now remember this one class, when you name the quadrilateral, it should be consecutive vertices. What do you mean by that one, sir? Consecutive vertices. It should be one after another. Example, A, B, C, D. So you can read this one D, A, B, C. Or you can read this one C, B, A, D. So it should be consecutive class. Okay, it should be consecutive. You cannot read this one class A, C, D, B. Nope. You cannot read it like that. B, D, A, C. Nope. You cannot read it like that. So I hope you get this one class. When you read this one, it should be consecutive vertices. Example, B, A, D, C, C, B, A, D. Okay? If you read this one like D, B, A, C, nope. You will commit mistake class. It should be consecutive vertices. Alright, so let's name this one class. Help me with this one. Naming this illustration. So, we can name this one quadrilateral A, B, C, D. So, quadrilateral A, B, C, D. Okay, what else class? Yep, we can name this one quadrilateral. So, B, C, D, A. So, B, C, D, A. What else class? B, C, D, A. We can name this one B, C, D, A, B. So, quadrilateral C, D, A, B. Alright. So, we can name this one quadrilateral D, A, B, C. So, D, A, B, C. Alright. What else class? Yup. We can do it counterclockwise. So, we can name this one A, D, C, B. So, A, D, C, B. Once again, class, it should be consecutive vertices. We cannot name this one A, C, D, B. Nope. It should be consecutive vertices. A, D, C, B. What else, class? Quadrilateral. We can name this one D, C, B, A. Are we done with D, C, B, A? Nope. D, C, B, A. What else, class? D, C, B, A. Or C, B, A, D. C, B, A, D. Nope, we don't have it here. C, B, A, D. C, B, A, D. Lastly, we can name this one B, A, D, C. Are we done with B, A, D, C? Nope. So, quadrilateral B, A, D, C. Alright, that's it, class. That's how you name this quadrilateral. So, I hope you understand, class, naming this quadrilateral. So, are we all set naming this one? Do we have A, D, C, B? Yep, A, D, C, B. How about B, A, D, C? B, A, D, C. Yep, I think we're all set naming this illustration class. Now, you need to remember this one class that in quadrilateral, the sum of interior angles, so the sum of this angle class, this one, so the sum of all interior angles, it should be 360 degrees. So once again class, in all of the quadrilaterals class, the sum of interior angles of all of the quadrilaterals, it should be 360 degrees. Alright, so the sum of these angles, all of these 4 angles, it should be 360 degrees. Alright, so that's it with quadrilateral. So let's go to the types of quadrilateral. Alright, so let's proceed now to the types of quadrilaterals. We will start with parallelogram, and next will be the rhombus. Once again class, I need you to remember this one, because later on we will be answering some questions. You need to identify what type of quadrilateral is the given illustration. So let's start with parallelogram, basic definition of parallelogram class. A parallelogram is a quadrilateral with 2 pairs of parallel sides. So therefore, this side is parallel to this side, and this side is parallel to this side. So what do you mean by parallel, sir? Of course, we know class that parallel lines, those lines that will never intersect to each other, at the same time they have the same distance. So this line is parallel to this line, and this line is parallel to this line. So that's the basic definition class of parallelogram. So I hope you remember this one class, parallelogram, 2 pairs of parallel sides. This side is parallel to this side, and this side is parallel to this side. Now let's go to rhombus. A rhombus is a quadrilateral with all equal sides. Therefore, this side is equal to this side is equal to this side, and this side is equal to this side. So all equal sides. So actually class, a rhombus is a special type of parallelogram because we do have also 2 pairs of parallel sides, right? As you can see, this side is parallel to this side, and this side is parallel to this side. But the difference, a rhombus, it has all equal sides. So all sides are equal for the rhombus. Alright, so let's proceed now to rectangle and square. Basic definition class of rectangle and square. A rectangle is a quadrilateral with 4 right angles. So once again class, a rectangle is a special type of parallelogram. Why is that, sir? Because in parallelogram class, if you still remember the definition of parallelogram, it has 2 pairs of parallel sides. A rectangle, it also has 2 pairs of parallel sides. This side is parallel to this side, and this side is parallel to this side. But a rectangle, it has 4 right angles. So what do you mean by right angle, sir? Right angle class, it means that this angle measures exactly 90 degrees. So this angle is 90 degrees angle, and this angle is 90 degrees angle. So 4 right angles for a rectangle. Alright, that's the basic definition class of a rectangle. Let's go to square. A square is a quadrilateral with 4 right angles and 4 congruent sides. So, of course, 4 right angles. So this angle right here is 90 degrees angle. This angle is 90 degrees. This angle is 90 degrees. This angle is 90 degrees. A square class is also a special type of parallelogram. Why is that, sir? Once again, a parallelogram, 2 pairs of parallel sides. As you can see, this side right here is parallel to this side, and this side is parallel to this side. But once again, for the square, we have 4 right angles, at the same time 4 congruent sides. So this side is congruent to this side is congruent to this side, and this side is congruent to this side. 4 equal sides. So as you remember class, for the rhombus, it has 4 equal sides, but it doesn't contain 90 degrees angle. For the square, it has 4 equal sides and 90 degrees angles, 4 right angles. So actually for a square, it's combination of rectangle and rhombus, because rectangle, it has 4 right angles. For square, it has 4 right angles. Then for the rhombus, if you still remember, 4 equal sides. So 4 equal sides, 4 right angles, that is a square. Alright, so let's have trapezoid and kite. A trapezoid is a quadrilateral with exact 1 pair of parallel sides. So therefore, this side is parallel to this side. Now for the trapezoid class, this side, these 2 sides are what we call base. So this is what we call base, this one, base 1 and base 2. And this one is what we call legs. So this is our leg, and this will be our leg. So base 1, base 2, leg 1, leg 2, or we call it legs. Now we also have a type of trapezoid class if the legs are congruent. Example class, if we have this kind of trapezoid, So we draw a trapezoid and two legs are congruent. Okay, if this leg right here is congruent to this side, therefore we call it isosceles trapezoid, class. Isosceles trapezoid. Just remember this one, class. Okay, isosceles trapezoid. If one leg is the same measure with another leg, same size and same measure, these are congruent, therefore we call that isosceles trapezoid. Once again, a trapezoid, one pair of parallel sides. So this side is parallel to this side, but the difference of this other trapezoid, they have the same measure of the leg. So I hope you remember this one, class, isosceles trapezoid. This is what we call isosceles trapezoid. Now let's move on to the kite. For a kite, is a quadrilateral with two pairs of adjacent sides and congruent sides. Now, what do you mean by adjacent sides, sir? Adjacent side, class, if they share both same vertex. Okay, if they share same vertex, class, that's what we call adjacent side. So this side is adjacent to this side because they share common vertex. This is their vertex. And this side is adjacent to this side because they share common vertex, common point. So this is the point, common vertex for this side, and they have congruent sides. What do you mean by that one, sir? This side is congruent to this side, and this side is congruent to this side. That's the basic definition, class, of a kite. Once again, class, always remember, for adjacent side, the meaning for that, they share common vertex. So this side, they share common vertex with this side. Okay, so if you draw this one, this side share common vertex with this side. If the teacher will ask you what do you mean by adjacent sides, meaning they share common vertex, class. Two sides share common vertex. Alright, so let's proceed now to the diagram of the types of quadrilateral. So we have the top part, we have the quadrilateral. So I hope, class, it's clear for you. I just draw this one manually. So we have the quadrilateral. Let's start with the two pairs of parallel sides. Once again, the basic definition of parallelogram, two pairs of parallel sides. So this side is parallel to this side, and this side is parallel to this side. Once again, this side right here is parallel to this side, and this side is parallel to this side. Now, for the rhombus, rectangle, and square, it also has two pairs of parallel sides. That's why we call this one special type of parallelogram. That's why it is under the parallelogram, because rectangle, square, and rhombus, it has two pairs of parallel sides. So this side is parallel to this side. So this side is parallel to this side. Same with square. This side is parallel to this side. This side is parallel to this side. And same with rhombus, class. So in a rectangle, four right angles. So if you still remember, class, rectangle, the basic definition, four right angles. And for the rhombus, it has four equal sides. Four equal sides. So the combination of rhombus and rectangle, we have the square. Four right angles. Okay, four right angles for the square and four equal sides. Alright, so I hope it's clear for you, class, that this tree is what we call special type of parallelogram because it has two pairs of parallel sides. And the combination of rhombus and rectangle, four equal sides, four right angles, that would be a square. Now let's go to the one pair of parallel sides. So we have a trapezoid. So once again, this side right here is parallel to this side. One pair of parallel sides. Now, we also have the isosceles trapezoid, of course, one pair of parallel side. And if the legs, they have the same measure, okay, same measure for the legs. This side right here is the same measure with this side, is congruent to this side. Therefore, this is what we call the isosceles trapezoid, class. I hope you remember this one, class. Isosceles trapezoid. If this side is the same measure with this side. Two legs have the same measure. Now, for no parallel sides, we have the kite. So, for the kite, class, no parallel sides, but this side, we have two congruent sides. This side is congruent to this side, and this side is congruent to this side. Alright, so let's answer now this following questions, class. You need to state the type of quadrilateral is the given figure. So, let's start with number one. We have given markings, one pair of parallel sides. So choices: A, trapezoid; B, isosceles trapezoid; C, kite; or D, square. So once again, in the diagram, if you still remember, one pair of parallel sides, we call it trapezoid. But we do have choices, class 2 choices, A and B. We have the isosceles trapezoid and the trapezoid. Is it A or is it B? That's correct. It should be A, class. So the answer is A. Why is that, sir? Because an isosceles trapezoid, the legs must be congruent. Since the legs, it has no markings, therefore the legs are not congruent. So check the figure, class. As you can see in the figure, of course, the legs are not congruent. So for number 1, the answer is trapezoid, one pair of parallel sides. Letter A for number 1. Alright, number 2. Could you try this one, class? Number 2, we have the given markings. All sides are congruent. So A, is it A, square? B, rectangle? C, rhombus? D, parallelogram? What's the answer, class? That's correct. That's letter C, rhombus. All sides are congruent. So it's not square because in square, it has a right angle. So in this one, we don't have right angles. So number 2 is letter C. Alright, number 3, class. What's the answer? So given 4 equal sides and 4 right angles. So is it A, rhombus, B, square, C, rectangle, D, parallelogram? That's correct. It should be square. All sides are congruent and 4 right angles. Letter B for number 3. Alright, number 4. So we have given illustration. We don't have the markings. So is it A, square, B, rhombus, C, quadrilateral, D, kite? What's the answer, class? That's correct. It should be quadrilateral, 4 sides. So we are not sure, class, what type of quadrilateral is this one because we don't have markings. Therefore, just simply answer, class, quadrilateral. Once again, a quadrilateral is a 4-sided polygon, 4 sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just simply quadrilateral, class, because we don't have the markings. Okay, so number 5. So we have 2 parallel sides. So this side is parallel to this side, and this side is parallel to this side. What's the answer, class? Is it A, parallelogram, 2 pairs of parallel sides, B, square, C, rectangle, D, rhombus? Basic definition, class. Okay, with regards to the marking, that's correct. It should be parallelogram, 2 pairs of parallel sides. Alright, number 6. So we have 1 pair of parallel sides and 2 legs have the same measure. So 1 pair of parallel side, that's trapezoid. So is it A, trapezoid, B, kite, C, quadrilateral, or D, isosceles trapezoid? What's the answer, class? That's correct. It should be an isosceles trapezoid because we have 1 pair of congruent sides. So this side is congruent to this side. These legs are congruent. At the same time, we have 1 pair of parallel sides. So it should be an isosceles trapezoid. Alright, that's the answer, class, for number 6. Alright, so let's try another example, class, for you to really understand. Let's try another example for this one. Alright, so let's proceed now to number 7. Given 2 equal sides, this side is congruent to this side, and this side is congruent to this side. So once again, we don't have parallel sides. So is it A, trapezoid, B, isosceles trapezoid, C, kite, D, square? Of course, the answer is letter C because we don't have parallel sides. That's automatic. That's a kite. And for the kite, class, they have 2 adjacent sides. The 2 adjacent sides have the same measure. So this side is the same measure with this side, and this side is the same measure with this side. Once again, we call it adjacent sides because they share common vertex, class. This is the vertex. They share common vertex. Alright, number 8. So we have 4 right angles. So is it A, square, B, rectangle, C, rhombus, D, parallelogram? So basic definition, we have 4 right angles. So that would be rectangle. Number 8 is rectangle. How about number 9, class? What's the answer for number 9? Quite tricky for number 9. We have 4 equal sides. This side is parallel to this side. This side is parallel to this side. Is it A, rhombus, B, square, C, rectangle, D, parallelogram? So, what's the answer, class? Of course, that would be a rhombus because a rhombus, it has 4 equal sides and 2 sides are parallel to each other. We cannot answer square and rectangle, class, because a square, it has 90 degrees angle, same with rectangle. Alright, so our answer is a rhombus. Basic definition, class, of a rhombus: 4 equal sides. Then 2 sides are parallel. So letter A. Quite tricky for number 9. Alright, and then number 10, class, you try this one and you put your answer in the comment section down below. Let me check if you really understand our topic, class. Okay, so you try number 10, class, and you put your answer in the comment section down below. So once again, class, I hope you learned something new today with regards to classification of quadrilaterals. So if you like this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. You share it to your friends and to your classmates so that we can help more students. Once again, class, this is Teacher MJ. Have a great day, class. Goodbye for now. Bye-bye.